Hero Wars is a very fun and sometimes frustrating game that I've played for many years now. I think I'm coming up on my 6th year, and there's many ways to play this game, but it can get a little overwhelming for new players and veteran players alike. What if I told you that this game was about resource management? Would you believe me? Well, let's see if I can convince you.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in this video, we're going to talk about 8 things that I wish that I knew whenever I first started playing Hero Wars. Maybe some of this stuff is very obvious to all of you, but maybe some of it is kind of new. But, let's just talk about it. Let's see what we can discover together. So, first of all, there's a lot of things to do in this game. A lot of things to level up for your heroes, for your pets, for your titans. You can level up a hero's color rank. You can level up a hero's gift of elements. You can level up your pet's level and chaos particles for their gems. And there's just so much to do. So many things that you can collect every day. The Honorable Guardian boxes once you get max level. The Platinum boxes if you're accepting the free gifts every single day. A plethora of just stuff, boxes and chests and dolls and rewards. The first thing that I would recommend everybody do is to not open any of it. Do not open a single thing. Do not spend a single emerald unless you're taking advantage of it in multiple locations. What am I talking about? Ascension to Asgard is an event that's going to go live here in a little bit. It might already be live already. If you're watching this video in the future, it was live once. It'll be another event in the future as well. There are several tasks for this event, such as spending energy, spending emeralds, and leveling up an Ascension glyph. See that? Level up Ascension glyph 30 points. So what I would recommend that everybody do is if you're leveling up a hero, let's say you're leveling up, Mushy and Shroom for whatever reason, you're looking at the Ascension, you're like, hey, I got a little bit of materials to spend, check it out. I can level up this glyph right now, or this rune or whatever it's called. I would say do not do it. Do not do it. Wait until an event goes live where you can take advantage of leveling this thing up. The same thing can be said for stuff like opening pet summoning eggs. Pet summoning eggs, there are a couple of events that really want you to open them during the event. There's one, for example, that asks you to have 80 pet summoning eggs to finish the task completely for a bunch of rewards. I am not going to open many of these pet summoning eggs until I can take advantage of not only what I'm getting out of the eggs, but also an event to get double dipping out of that opportunity. Now you might say, well, I need pets. I need pet soul stones. Charlie, I need to level up my hero's ascension skills. I need to open artifact chests. I need to level up my hero's artifacts. Yeah, you do. You do. You're not going to be competitive until you level these things up, until you open pet summoning eggs. That is absolutely true. However, in the long term, if you're planning on playing this game for a long time, you're going to get so much more benefit out of being disciplined with your resources and only spending them whenever there is an opportunity to get double or triple the value out of them. Okay, there are events that asks you to level up hero artifacts. So every single day, what I do is I take a look and I'm like, okay, you know what? Boom, there you go. There is a daily task every single day for me to level up a hero artifact. I could go ahead and level this artifact up more, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to level it up once because the extra 2 or 3 levels I'm going to gain right here, it's not going to impact the overall game too much unless you're spending really, really heavy on this game, which we'll talk about later on in the video. The next thing that I wish that I knew starting out was that I should only invest in 3 heroes. Now, I've been playing this game for almost 6 years and I've got a lot of heroes fully leveled up, but in the beginning, I only focused on 3 heroes. What 3 heroes? A tank, a damage dealer, and a healer. Okay, a tank, damage dealer, healer. The tank choice basically doesn't matter. The damage dealer choice basically doesn't matter. The healer choice, again, really doesn't matter. The traditional team that you can build for these styles of PvP games is going to end up in the long run being the most efficient way to have a good, solid foundation. You are going to need multiple heroes subbing in and out in order to be effective, in order to win, getting in the high ranks of the arena. I can't just use the same team and get all the way to rank 1 arena. I'm going to need 5 heroes plus a couple here and there. But I would recommend everybody to find a tank or a damage dealer or a healer that they really, really love. For example, I really like Kark. Okay, so I found a tank that worked really well with Kark, and I found a healer that worked really well with Kark. Now, there are many options that are working well with Kark and other heroes that, you know, it really is going to vary a lot depending on what you see on your server, what you see in your guild, and, you know, again, what you like. What do you want to do? How do you want to play this game? You can't just pick a team and be like, this is the best team because somebody on Facebook, somebody on Discord told me so. Because in 6 months, that team is not going to be the best team anymore, because new heroes are going to be added, heroes are going to be tweaked, new skins and things to level up are going to be added, and that meta team isn't going to be meta anymore. Now, another reason why I'm only wanting you to level up 3 heroes, and again, this is the third thing that I wish that I knew starting off, is skin stones. All right, leveling up a hero is daunting. There's a lot of stuff on this left column here. Skins, items, glyphs, gift of the elements, artifacts, ascension. There's a ton of stuff that you have to look at, that you have to level up on a hero. But one resource stands out as the largest volume of something that you have to collect in the entire game, and that is skin stones. All right, every single hero will have 5, 6, 7, 10 skins when it's all said and done. Most heroes have 5 to 6 skins right now. Each skin will require roughly 50,000 skin stones to fully level up, with the exception of the default skin, which is like 30,000 or something like that. So a team of 5 heroes will require 1 million plus skin stones. So what do we do? How do we make this easier on ourselves? Well, let's focus on one strength-based hero, generally a tank. Generally, all tanks are strength skin stone heroes, okay? So all of my strength skin stones that I get, I'm dumping in that tank. I'm going to use the Mushi and Shroom example again. Currently, I'm spending a lot of effort leveling up Mushi and Shroom. I really like these heroes, and I'm throwing all of my strength skin stones into this character. Take a intelligence-based hero like, let's take a look at Maya. Maya is a good opportunity for hybrid teams, healer, damage dealer, a little bit of control. I'm not gonna get into that too much right now, but her skins require intelligence skin stones. So all of my intelligence skin stones are going into Maya, right? And then the last is agility. I'm working on Kayla right now. Kayla's got just a little bit more on this last skin. And once I finish leveling up all of Kayla's skins, all of Maya's skins, and all of Mushi and Shroom's skins, I'm gonna move on to the next hero. Like whatever the next strength hero that I really like that I want to level. It might be Rufus as a tank, it might be Fafnir as a support hero. That is who's getting all of my strength skin stones. If you start spreading things out, okay, if you start giving a little bit of strength skin stones to Fafnir and a little bit to Mushi and Shroom, if you start giving a little bit of intelligence skin stones to Maya and a little bit to somebody else, then your overall hero team progression is going to slow way down, all right? So focus on 3 main heroes, like I mentioned earlier. A tank, a damage dealer, and a healer is a great choice, a good base opportunity, and make sure that those are strength, agility, and intelligence skin stones, respectively. Does that make sense? So when it comes to team building, when it comes to picking that 4th and 5th and 7th hero that you need to build, or even a second team, the easiest way to pick supporting heroes is by their artifact weapon. So take, for example, Zhu. Zhu is a hero that a lot of people should be leveling up for PvE purposes later on down the road. One of the better heroes that you can level up, a good efficient hero to have for campaign and PvP, arena, grand arena, all of that. One of the things that you can do to support Zhu is to level up a hero that has an artifact weapon. Artifact weapons boost the stats of your entire team. So whenever Zhu uses his ultimate ability, that is the gray ability, the first ability right here, whenever Zhu uses his ability, he gives his entire team critical hit chance. But what does Zhu as a damage dealer want? He wants more physical attack. He wants more armor penetration. He wants more critical hit chance. So you can take a hero like Isaac, for example. Isaac is a good hero, top 10 hero that I would recommend everybody level up. And we do have a nice list of top 10 heroes over on the website, which is linked in the description box down below, by the way. If you are building a physical attacking team, it would be really great if you had an armor penetration artifact hero on that team to boost that damage dealer's output. If you're trying to build more of a control team with Arachne, Arachne is a great stun hero. She does a lot of stuns, front line, midline, all of that. Then keeping her alive, supporting her damage output is something that you should consider doing. She has a magic penetration artifact weapon, so heroes that add to her magic damage by magic attack or ways to boost that is a great addition to that team. She's very often paired with Amira, another mage, another damage dealer, another support hero, if you will. She has magic attack as her artifact weapon, so when Amira uses her ultimate, she boosts the magic attack of the entire team, Arachne included, allowing Arachne to do more damage. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Build heroes that support your starting 3 or your favorite 3 or 2 heroes that you like. I love Kark, so I built all of the heroes that really support Kark. So while we're talking about artifact weapons and how they interact with each other, one thing that I want you all to consider in the future, if you're not already doing this, is play in manual mode. In the arena, you can't play in manual mode. It's always on auto. It's locked in, right? So there's no controlling anything. But if this were like in Guild Wars or Clash of Worlds, an opportunity to play in manual mode, you should kind of learn how and when to use your ultimate abilities in order to bolster the outcome of your team and hopefully come out ahead. Playing in auto mode, rushing through it, you don't really learn the team that well. You don't really gain any upside for the timings. As an attacking team, you have all of the advantage. All of the advantage. You can use your ults whenever you want, whereas the team on defense just has to use their ults whenever they can. So in this instance specifically, I'm going to want to copy Kark's ult with Faceless, right? So I'm going to save one of Kark's ultimates. I'm not going to just use his ultimate immediately. I'm going to use it whenever I have Faceless's ability ready to go as well, because he can copy an ultimate. Additionally, Nebula does a physical attack buff with her ultimate, right? Her artifact weapon, and Sebastian does a critical hit buff with his artifact weapon. So if I can use their abilities before I use Kark's ability, it's going to boost Kark's damage output. Now, whether or not I win here is inconsequential, but I just kind of want you to watch. You can see the bars charging up there. I'm going to go ahead and use Sebastian's ultimate just at the beginning because of the nature of how his ability works. But I might get see, Nebula's got her ready to go, but nobody else is. Probably going to lose this team, but that's okay. So I'm going to use Nebula to boost the damage output, and then I'm going to use Kark's ultimate ability. If I was just playing in manual mode, there's a chance that the timings wouldn't have worked out. I would have used Kark's ability before I used Nebula's ability, and that would have made Kark do less damage overall, where just waiting a split second or a few seconds longer, I would have been able to take advantage of that artifact weapon buff. So playing in manual mode when you can, even though I lost here, playing in manual mode when you can is super important thing to learn. A lot of times just playing in auto mode is fine, and if you don't want to spend that much time learning the in and out of your team, then playing in auto mode is probably going to be fine. But if you really want to learn your team, playing in manual mode is the only way to do it. Now, playing in manual mode, you're going to get benefit out of using the keyboard shortcuts. So if you look at your keyboard on your computer, the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correspond to the heroes across the bottom. So my Aiden here is corresponding to the one key on my number pad across the top, not my number pad, but the numbers across the top. So when Aiden's ultimate is ready to go, I can press 1. I don't have to click on it with my mouse. I can just press the button and it goes. Similarly, your pet is activated. Their ultimate is activated by hitting the Q button. The A button will toggle auto and manual mode on and off. And of course, you can hit the escape button to kind of pause the fight. So the keyboard shortcuts, if you're learning manual mode, you have to learn those as well. It's much faster than clicking with your mouse. If you're trying to get that really in-depth knowledge about your team composition and how they interact with each other, being able to control those with one hand while you're watching and not have to move your mouse around is it's huge. It's humongous. It's a great advantage as an attacking player. I should win with this lineup. My Faceless is a little weak, So that's why I lost that last round. But this truer physical attacking team using Aiden and Lara Croft here, it's going to be a little bit nicer, going to be a lot easier of a win. Thanks to Viking for that team. So speaking of Viking, Viking is a member of my guild. Okay, Digital Dominance is my guild. How good or bad we are does not matter. We are in the Gold League and we finish in the top 50 basically every single season. But none of that really matters. What matters is our guild communicates. We talk all day, every day. Whether you're actually playing at the time or not doesn't matter. If you have a guild that is able to communicate who needs to be attacked in a guild war, what cleanups need to be made in the Clash of Worlds in order to advance, or simply just to let your guild know that the hero bridge is down and we can start moving on to the next little bit. Little pieces of communication like that are absolutely huge and instrumental in having the best community experience that you can get out of this game. And at the end of everything, that's all that really matters. My friends in my guild, that's really ultimately why I'm still playing this game. Now, taking that one step further, you really want to be in a guild that's active. You can see we got 88,000 out of 65,000 activity points. We got plenty of Titanite gain today. We're absolutely killing the guild prestige quests. We're doing a lot of work together. We all really care about each other's progress in this game. We have a nice gift chain every time that there's a season pass going. Having an active guild and having a guild that communicates, like I mentioned, is going to make or break your experience. And if you take everything on this list that I've already talked about, if you take all of that away, if you have a good guild, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna really enjoy it. If you don't, then none of that other stuff matters anyway, because you're not gonna have a good time. We also use Discord. A lot of people don't talk outside of the game. They rely on the in-game chat. I don't recommend that. I recommend finding a guild that uses chat outside of the game's client. So like I said, we use Discord. You can use WhatsApp or a Facebook group. Just find something that you can communicate outside of the game. A lot of people in my guild have my phone number, so they can text me. If they can't get a hold of me on Discord, they text me, "Hey Charlie, get on and do your attacks." This has happened multiple times this week. In fact, sometimes I forget to take my guild war attacks. And I really appreciate when my officers let me know that I need to log in real quick and take some attacks. Now I'm going to talk about number 8, but real quick, I am going to talk about a bonus runner-up thing that I wish that I knew from the very beginning, and that is spending money on this game. There's a lot of opportunity to spend money on this game. Buying emeralds, buying all of these bundles. There is new things that pop up with every single event, like a guild, like these guild treasure things. You buy some and your guild gets some. Every single event has something to buy. If you're going to spend money, you need to know that there are people that are going to spend more than you. It's just how it is. There's no amount of money that you can spend that somebody else won't spend more. So spending will get you an advantage. It will buy you time. It will save you a lot of effort, but you've spent that money. And other people have also spent that money and more. So don't get stuck in this treadmill where you're feeling like you have to spend money in order to be competitive, because it is simply impossible. It is impossible to spend enough money on this game to be the biggest spender, because somebody will always outspend you. I mean, technically, I guess that might not be the case, but I would recommend being very careful with what you spend if you spend on this game, and try to just be very mindful of how much you are spending as the months go by while you're playing this game. I would recommend everybody spending a couple of dollars so you can raid, but that really is all you need to spend on this game in order to enjoy it. If you spend more than that, yes, you will enjoy it, but you won't enjoy it by that much more, if that makes sense. Now, the 8th and final thing that I want to tell everybody that I wish that I knew from the beginning is this game is designed to be played in 3 small increments. The way that the energy is given out 3 times per day should be your indicator. This game can be played for hours if you've got the resources to spend. But generally speaking, the average player can be done with this game in a day after 30 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. You're going to say, well, I need to train for Guild Wars. I need to train for Clash of Worlds. If you feel like you need to do that, then go right ahead. But the game is built around 30 to 45 minutes and you're done. Anything beyond that, you're having to spend extra resources just to play the game. You're having to spend extra energy bottles saved up, spending emeralds that you might have purchased or earned. Anything beyond that 45 minutes is really where it starts to just drop off completely. And that is an unpopular opinion, I think, and a lot of people have fun in this game in different ways, but it is a fact that that's just how the game was designed. The mobile version of the game, you have to wait like 8 hours or 6 hours or something before you get that second energy. So most people log in once, and then a couple hours later they log in again, and then a couple hours for the third time. And that's kind of how I play the game. You know, I play during my live stream for an hour, and I get the majority of my tasks done during that live stream. Of course, there's some stuff that I get done first thing in the morning, or I start my expeditions or whatever. But yeah, so let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything that you would recommend to a new player. And don't forget to check out my website, HeroWarsCentral.com. There's a new player tab on there that we are trying to build out as we speak so that new players can have the most efficient and best time playing this game possible. We also live stream Monday through Friday. The schedule is on screen now. I know this was a little bit longer video than I usually put out, but I think it was necessary to do. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.